What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the BenchWire Podcast. Before we begin today's episode, I just wanted to give you guys an update about some changes that you'll likely notice on our podcast. So, hang in there for like a minute or two while I explain this. Our first change that you'll notice is the audio. As we mentioned in the last podcast, we have pretty much secured a recording studio room that we're going to be using for at least the next 2 years, I guess. It's going to take some getting used to, especially for me. When I hear myself in the headset, I tend to stumble on my words. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. I don't know if you do that, Steven, but...
No, I'm amazing.
I do. The second change you're going to notice is that the podcasts are probably going to be more like podcast-like, if that's the best way to describe it. So
The proper way. So instead of kind of doing like game recaps and talking about all that kind of stuff, we're finally at that point in the season where there's like a lot to talk about. So with that being said, our podcasts are actually going to go back to being kind of the original 30-plus minute length. But if you liked the short podcasts, I'm going to have pretty much each topic that we discuss bookmarked. So when you hover over, the YouTube, whatever they call it, play bar, it'll tell you what topic we're talking about. So you can skip to your favorite section and all that. I'll do that for you guys. And then lastly, I've created a Google form where you guys can submit topics for us to talk about. I feel like this will allow us to interact with our viewers more. I'll also throw up one of those type something boxes on Instagram, so you guys can also put the topics in there. That's pretty much everything that we got update-wise for the podcast. Steven, you got anything? Let's get started.
Yep, let's get started. So let's talk about some trades, right? The biggest trade of the week was Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers. The 49ers, correct me if I'm wrong, Steven, they gave up a second, third, fourth, and fifth, I believe.
That is correct.
All from 2023, so
yes.
This coming draft.
I think two of them are from 2024, but I could be wrong.
Okay, we'll confirm that on the screen. So they gave up all of that for a guy who, at times, is arguably the best running back in the NFL. And the only downside is he's injury prone. And he's been for pretty much all of his career, no?
I guess you could say that.
So, I feel like it's a good trade for both teams. Obviously, the Panthers probably might win in the long run, considering they have all those picks now. And, surely they'll hit on at least two of them, hopefully.
I would hope so, right?
Yeah, so... but regardless, despite injury concerns for CMC, he is a perfect fit for Shanahan's run-first offense.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's going to fit perfectly in that offense. Hopefully he could stay healthy. So far he has this season. He's been on the injury report quite a few times, but he's still played in all the games.
And you know what? Now that I'm really thinking about it, my favorite part of the trade is that they got Trey Lance, a guy who they can just toss checkdowns to.
Yeah.
So,
when Trey Lance comes back healthy,
yep,
will be perfect fit for him.
And that will help him develop quickly as a passer because it's going to force him to kind of make those quick reads because obviously, you look down the field, nothing's there, go to your check down. And it just kind of trains you to be very quick and not get sacked. And it's just going to help him in the long run, I feel like.
Yeah. Happy for the 49ers finally getting a decent running back. You don't have to worry about Jeff Wilson or Eli Mitchell. They're decent.
Elijah Mitchell was good.
They're decent, but now you got a elite athlete.
Yeah, now
Christian
you kind of
McCaffrey.
have the Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb type.
That will help them for the long
thing.
run.
Yeah. For this next trade, we're gonna need a little bit of a background story for it, I guess.
Background.
So, yeah, because you won't really understand the trade unless I kind of told you this.
Okay.
So this weekend, Jets running back Breece Hall was finally getting into a rhythm and probably would have been on his way to an Offensive Rookie of the Year honor, but unfortunately against the Broncos, his season has been cut short because he tore his ACL.
Yes.
And after this happened, the Jets literally wasted no time, and they traded for the Jags standout running back James Robinson.
Solid guy.
Yeah, pretty good trade for them. They got a 6th-round pick that can become a 5th under whatever conditions that they have. I don't know if they've been released yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great move for both sides. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Etienne finally could be the lead back there in Jacksonville. He had a great game against the Giants this past Sunday. James Robinson, he didn't play at all this past Sunday, so you could see that they were probably looking for a trade partner, and they found one with the Jets. But, yeah,
hopefully Breece Hall can come back healthy next year. He was doing really well. And I'm excited to see James Robinson in this offense because Jets, they've been running the ball now. Michael Carter, Breece Hall. Now you add James Robinson in the mix. I think he'll be really good for that offense.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, though, let's talk about fantasy for James Robinson because I'm sure those owners are very excited.
Oh, yeah, they have to be.
Him about to get pretty much, majority of the snaps over Michael Carter, I would assume.
Oh, yeah, I would say James Robinson's a better running back than Michael Carter for sure. So
yeah. I think just to add on why I think it's a great move for both sides, the Jags were likely going to lose Robinson in free agency. I know that he was a restricted free agent, but the fact is you took ETN in the first round, so you kind of eventually have to give him that playing time that you, that first round picks get, and then secondly, there's going to be a team that would offer him not something crazy, but like offer him some money, right? And let's just be real, the Jags, that's not like you have other holes on your team that you need to fill. So you can't just go out and be like, you know what, I'll give James Robinson, $6 million a year when you could be moving or when you could be using that somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Running backs are replaceable, so.
Exactly.
And they got ETN, so you really don't need to pay a guy like James Robinson that kind of money.
Yeah, and then Robinson was undrafted, so getting a sixth that can become a fifth is already a win in itself.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah, I think that, again, he would have been gone after this year, so, you get your pick, you let ETN take over now, and you move forward.
Yes.
So, those are the only two trades that I'm really aware of, first and foremost, but also that I think if there were any other trades, these were the two that were probably the biggest, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so the next topic that we're going to talk about, it sucks. It's injuries. This weekend, it felt like literally everybody got hurt. Like, I feel like every game there was
too many Giants.
There were so many people that got hurt. So let's begin. You just kind of said it. Giants rookie right tackle Evan Neal suffered what is known as a grade 2 MCL sprain.
Yes.
According to Josina Anderson.
Yep.
It's likely that he's going to miss a few weeks. They don't exactly know how many weeks, but just a few. So, maybe 3, 4.
Hopefully he's back for Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys. That would be ideal. But
that would be ideal for you guys. Although the Giants dodged a bullet, right? Because it could have been so much worse, especially because it's the Giants. Oh, yeah. And their injury luck has been really bad.
For sure.
It feels like these injuries for them are never ending.
They're never ending. I don't know what it is. I think we need to get a new medical staff or something. Yeah. And we just need to get rid of the turf at MetLife. But this game was played in Jacksonville, so I don't know.
Yeah, we've been there with the Eagles. We've been like, can you just fire our entire medical staff? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like, are these guys not recovering the right way? Whatever. The next injury that happened was DK Metcalf. He exited the game against the Chargers. According to Pete Carroll, he suffered what is known as like a patellar tendon injury.
Yeah, Cruz had one of those back in the day.
Yeah, so it's not going to require surgery. He kind of got the lightest of, I don't know how to describe that really, but
he'll be back.
On a scale of like how bad it is, a 1 to 10, it's probably like a 3. You know what I mean? So like it's not severe.
Yeah.
So yeah, his timeable is still unknown. It's going to be a rough loss for the Seahawks. That is actually first in the NFC West thanks to Geno Smith and company. But yeah, a really rough loss for them, especially as they head into New York next week to try to take on you guys.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, and then probably the worst injury from this weekend. So Chargers cornerback J.C. Jackson, he's out for the remainder of the season.
That was brutal.
Yeah, he also suffered a patellar tendon injury, except his ruptured. So DK got the lightest of it. J.C. got the worst.
I thought he had a fractured kneecap.
That was part of it as well. But this is what, according to Ian Rappaport, this is what happened.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're wondering, yes, this is the same injury that DK suffered, but
way
it's
worse.
The extreme. Yeah, it's the extreme. Yeah, huge loss for the Chargers. Already they're fighting against the adversity of their coaches being awful, but now they're going to be without arguably a top 5 corner in the NFL. Yeah, those are probably the 3 biggest ones. Real quick, we'll cover, Cowboys, their cornerback, Jordan Lewis. He's going to miss the remainder of the season. I believe
That's unfortunate.
I don't know if they spelled this right, because I don't know. It's called a Lisfranc Lisfranc injury?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so is that how you say it?
I believe so.
Okay, we're going to go with Lisfranc for now.
Yeah. Correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, correct us if we're wrong. So, yeah, he suffered that. And then, like I said earlier, Breece Hall, ACL injury. He's out for the season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, overall, a really rough weekend. A lot of big stars went down. And it sucks. That's the thing that sucks about football, is that there's so many injuries because of how physical it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just stuttered there. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? So, now that we kind of got the trades and injuries out the way, it's time to talk about the stuff happening around the NFL.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Colts, because they've just benched Matt Ryan for the remainder of the season. Not 1 or 2 weeks with whatever injury that they said he's kind of dealing with.
Shoulder strain.
Yeah. No, they said he's done for the season. Sam Ehlinger is the Colts starting quarterback for the rest of the year.
I think that's stupid, but it is what it is.
I mean, this is such a random situation, right?
You go out for a guy like Matt Ryan, you trade a third-round pick for him, and he has a 500 record. It's not like he's losing all these games, but he is having a lot of turnovers right now. So I do understand the quarterback change. And maybe when he heals up, he might start again. I know that they said Sam will start for the rest of the season, but if Sam is playing bad, I think Matt Ryan will get another chance.
Or Nick Foles.
Don't forget about Nick Foles. I think he should be starting over Sam right now, but they want to see what they have in Sam.
I think that, I don't know. Nick Foles would probably be the smarter option. Sam
if you want to
Ehlinger,
win games, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Sam Ehlinger.
They want to see what they have in them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, are these guys, at this point, are they just trying to, like, tank for Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Hendon Hooker, possibly Will Levis?
But, like, will that win you games? I don't know. In the long run? Maybe.
No, but you'll get your franchise quarterback.
I guess, but, like, I think Frank Reich is done at the end of the season.
For sure.
I don't know. He hasn't been good. Like, they would go to the playoffs, but they wouldn't make a splash. And they missed the playoffs last year, so I think he's on the hot seat right now.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I am excited to see Sam Ehlinger play, because he had some respectable years at Texas. I think he threw for over 30 touchdowns one year.
Yeah. He's in his sophomore season, right?
Yeah, I believe he was a rookie last year, and if he wasn't, then this is his third year. He's not in his 4th or 5th year, obviously.
He's not a rookie. We know that.
Speaking of quarterbacks getting benched, last night Mac Jones was benched after throwing, I believe, 3 passes. I don't know if they put him back in the game.
He had 20 yards.
Yeah, when I looked at Bleacher Report, it was 3 for 3 for 13 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions.
I didn't watch that whole game, so I don't know.
I saw that it ended up being 3 for 6 with 30 yards and an interception. So I don't know if they put him back in and then decided to put. I don't know what the heck was going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, like I said last week, when the Patriots drafted Zappy, he can be good.
Was he good?
I saw this comment. He did struggle. I mean,
he started off hot and then he just fizzled out.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where he is a rookie. He's been playing really well. These were bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
So going back to his college though, or the draft. I mean, 4th round. It was weird. It was the second pick in the 4th round too. So almost a 3rd rounder. The Patriots took a quarterback. So obviously they saw something in him. Bill Belichick saw something in him. You don't put up 62 touchdowns and close to 6,000 yards passing in a single season of college football. That's not normal. I don't care who the competition is. That is not normal.
He did turn over the ball a lot in college too, right?
No, not that year.
Not that year, but before.
Before? Not too sure. He was at a really small school, I'm pretty sure before. But, I do think it is unfair, right, for Mac Jones to lose his job this quickly.
It is unfair.
I don't mind it, to be completely honest, because I think that the Patriots found something in Zappy, and I think that they're starting to kind of realize that we might have to treat this kind of as his rookie year. We need him to get this year out the way of development so that next year we can kind of speed up this rebuild a little bit. So, yeah, he's due to throw for some picks, which he did last night, and, he's due to make bad decisions.
Yeah.
But that's part of the process. Going back to Mac Jones, though, it raises the question. Listen, let's say that Bailey Zappi is the guy going forward, okay?
Yeah.
They're not going to hold on to Mac Jones.
They will.
He has value
at
the moment. At the moment, he has some value.
I think they rushed him back from injury. I think he will start again this season.
Takes part in it. I think it's also just Mac Jones is he has that brace, man. Quarterbacks that wear braces like that, at all times. I mean, it just seems like it's an injury waiting to happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
I think Mac Jones needs another opportunity, though, with the Patriots.
he does. And I don't know if it should be with the Patriots.
I think it should be. He brought him to the playoffs last year. Was a Pro Bowler.
He did.
I don't see why.
I will say, though, his stats weren't anything crazy, though.
Well, yeah, but look who was on his team. Look at his receivers.
Well, yeah, okay. Listen, I'm not saying that Mac Jones is not a capable quarterback or franchise quarterback. I'm just saying that right now, I think the Patriots have realized that they found something in Bailey Zappi, and they want to let it happen. So that opens up the question: if Mac Jones ends up becoming the backup, and they realize that they got something in him, or another team realized that Mac Jones got something, they might trade for him. And the only team that I think could do that would be the Colts.
It's a possibility, but I wouldn't do that. Would they
trade for 4 quarterbacks in 4 years?
No.
Because what? It was Rivers.
Rivers. It was Wentz. Who else?
Matt Ryan.
But
it was Rivers. What?
Rivers.
I feel like we're missing one. Are we not? Because I remember I wrote this down and I know it was true. It might be because I'm thinking that they traded for Rivers.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yep, that.
There you go.
There it is. Thank you. They traded for Brissett. Or was it? Did they trade for him or did they sign him?
Oh, they traded for him.
They traded for him. Yeah. Okay. I probably should have double checked that before I wrote that. But Brissett, Rivers, Wentz, Ryan.
Yeah, it's the Andrew Luck curse.
I'm genuinely not sure what the Colts are trying to do, but if there was one team that would probably trade for Mac Jones, it's probably going to be the Colts.
Yeah, there could be other teams like the Commanders.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd go for him, though. I feel like they would rather see what Sam Howell has first, but yeah. Enough of this.
Enough.
Let's move on, right? I hate to do it, man. I feel like I finally have to give this team the credit that they deserve.
Is it my team?
And I'm not talking about the fraudulent New York Giants.
Oh, my God.
I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh.
I was on the Geno MVP train. You know that. I said it in the first game of the season.
As a joke, though. You didn't believe in it.
Well, yeah, I was about to say that. It was strictly for jokes. But now I've actually come to respect the way that the Seahawks are playing. Seahawks got themselves some rookies, right? Kenneth Walker, absolute stud. He's going to be an issue for years to come.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody kind of knew that, though. If you discounted him, that you were just dumb. He carried Michigan State when he played there.
Yeah, look at Michigan State this year. Awful.
Exactly. Like they are missing him right now. But you know what? I'm going to move away from Kenneth Walker. All right. I want to give a major shout out to Tariq Woolen. He played for UTSA in college. I wanted the Eagles to draft him. If you don't know what UTSA is or what college that is, it's because it is a small school. It is University of Texas at San Antonio. They produced a stud. 4 interceptions, I believe, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And again,
I
wanted the Eagles to get him so badly, but the Seahawks, I remember they snagged him like right before us. I was so upset. But you know what? Seahawks got rewarded, right? 6'4", lockdown quarterback. Did I say quarterback?
You did say quarterback.
With elite closing speed. He ran extremely fast at the combine. And, listen, he's probably the centerpiece of this defense for years to come.
Probably, yeah. He's looking really good. 4 picks and locking people up.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Seahawks, man. I mean, the defense is overall, points allowed, been pretty rough. But they got some guys, man. They do. They got some guys on that defense. And
they're rebuilding.
They are. They're rebuilding with some veterans. They're kind of doing what the Eagles are doing. Kind of in terms of they have like the young guys coming in now for that defense and the offense. But you have those established veterans, Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I like what the Seahawks are doing. I think that they're going to turn this around pretty quickly. I do think, though, it's probably rough that Geno's playing as good as he is because now it's like you can't get a Bryce Young or...
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But
who knows?
Keep Geno.
With the Broncos record, maybe they can.
Yeah. What picks do they have right now? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Do you want me to confirm it right now?
Let's confirm it for the viewers because,
I'm going to need you to talk for about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
30 seconds. Well, the Seahawks, they're playing the Giants this week. It's going to be a fun matchup. They are losing DK, right?
They are.
But They have Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker's been a madman. I just acquired him in fantasy. I think he's going to be a stud for years to come, like you said. And then you have Tyler Lockett, who's still a proven veteran.
All right,
I think he's been good.
I'm done.
And I'm really happy with the Seahawks right now.
Yep. So they have the Broncos pick this year. They have their own pick. They have a Broncos second rounder this year. And then that's pretty much it for the rest of that draft. If we go to 2024, again, or I don't know if this was updated, but it's Seahawks. But I'm sure the Broncos gave them other stuff as well. Or sorry, yeah, the Broncos gave them other stuff. But it is confirmed they have this year's Broncos pick.
And
according to this
where
website,
is that
if
right
it's
now?
wrong, that's not my fault. Huh?
Top 5 pick? What's the record?
Probably.
They're
Yeah,
like
no, yeah,
2
probably.
and 4, 2 and
Let's see,
5.
NFL draft 2023 order.
I would probably say they have a top 5 pick right now.
Right now, Detroit has the first, Houston has the second, Carolina with the third. Wow, Eagles have the fourth pick thanks to New
Stupid
Orleans.
Saints.
Yeah, Cleveland.
So they
Their
have a
pick
top
is Houston's.
7.
So Houston has the second and fifth pick right now, and then number 6 is Seattle's Denver pick.
Well, there you go. So
Where
you're
Seattle
preying
has
on,
the 23rd pick right now.
So you're preying on the Broncos' downfall.
They
Seattle
are, and
fans.
I think that they were anyways. But
Yes.
yeah, so there we go. That's the Seahawks. Also, Sauce Gardner, he's going to give Tariq Woolen a run for his money, but Woolen probably right now is my favorite for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
With how good he's played.
I would say it's between those two.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else. How's Aiden Hutchinson doing? Is he? I don't know. I haven't heard from him much
I
since
haven't
like
heard
week
much of him,
2 or
so,
3.
Yeah.
So
I'd assume that he's doing his thing, not getting the numbers, though.
yes.
So, I'm not going to lie. I might throw up during this part of the podcast.
Ooh, I like this part.
The New York Giants,
Ooh,
they're 6-1.
they are 6 and
The
1.
New York Giants,
New York Football Giants.
I'm not saying that. They are a good football team.
Good. Just good.
Good. I'm not saying anything more. That's all you're getting from me, buddy. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Brian Dable, Wink Martindale, gifts from God.
And Mike Kafka.
For
Shout
this
out to Mike
organization.
Kafka.
Sure.
He said sure.
They were gifts from God for this organization who has had so many bad coaches in the
Finally, we
last
got something right.
decade,
right?
it feels like.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, so they've done a tremendous job with this pretty weird roster. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the best way to say it, but
Injury
I'm going to
depleted
say that they are
roster,
a
too.
weird roster. Instead of doing what the rest of the media has done and give the Giants defense all of the credit in the world,
It's not just all the defense.
I want to talk about Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Because he's been really good this season. For what he's had to work with, 6 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing, 9 total, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, 1,223 passing yards, 66.7 completion percentage.
He's got all the stats.
Ladies and gentlemen, growth.
Growth.
That's called growth.
It's called coaching.
It is. It's called good coaching, which leads to growth. So unless the Giants do the impossible and end up missing the playoffs after starting 6-1 through the first 7
There's
games,
no way.
I think that he has earned a solid 2-year extension, like you said.
Yes, I believe he will get the 2-year deal. He's playing winning football. He's not turning the ball over, and he's making game-changing plays when it's 3rd down, 4th down. He's converting.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do to be a successful quarterback in this league, and he's doing it.
Yeah, and I want to quickly confirm this because, yeah, he has this season a 90.8 quarterback rating.
And where does that rank among the league?
Yeah, you can't ask me questions I'm not ready for.
I would say it's top 5 among the league. And he's leading the NFL in game-winning drives with 5.
Is he?
He is.
Interesting.
And he has more
Let's see,
rushing
let's go
yards
here.
than Najee Harris.
Nope, that is Draft Buzz. Why am I looking at that? Let's see.
But yeah, he's been playing great football.
You know what? That's why, because I put 20.
And I'll admit, I did not believe in him after what I saw from week 1. But he's been playing
Daniel
winning
Jones is top 10. He is number 6.
football. Okay, so top
he
6.
is higher than Derek Carr.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts.
He's higher than Jalen Hurts?
Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady.
He's higher than all those guys you're saying?
Yeah, Tom Brady as well. He is higher than the one and only Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Rodgers has been really bad this
and,
year.
Yeah, and Wilson and all them. But yeah, pretty much he's been up there. So good season for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Earned himself an extension. Yeah, Yeah,
They have to give it to him.
They should. Yeah, they should probably start
'Cause,
trying to get him some tools. I think getting him. I've seen a lot of Giants fans say that it sucks that you guys are 6-1.
I don't think it sucks.
Not that it sucks, but like it's
Feels
rough
good.
because you wanted to try to get that franchise quarterback in the draft.
Hey, Danny Dimes could be that
But this is
franchise
the way I
guy.
look at it. Right? Let's say you guys sucked this year.
Sucked this year?
Yes, you sucked this year.
Okay.
Get a top pick. You bring. Let's say you know what, Daniel Jones. Sorry, you're gone. Whoever it is, C.J. Stroud. Welcome to the Big Apple. Right?
I thought it was going to be Will Levis, but okay.
Will Levis. Will Levis. Welcome to the Big Apple.
Not happening anymore,
I'm sorry,
but yeah.
What do you expect him to do with those weapons?
Nothing.
So how about we do this? How about we get Daniel Jones, we get that 2-year extension, and these next 2 drafts, we load up and get some weapons for our future quarterback.
Get rid of the Kenny Galladay contract.
And don't get a rookie quarterback and then get him a rookie receiver who also needs time to get things done. Let them play with some Danny Dimes, right? Let them get that experience.
Play with some Danny Dimes.
Let them get that experience, and then boom, they'll be ready to go for your rookie quarterback and give him some options.
Yes.
But yeah, that's where I'm with there. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
With the New York Giants.
I feel like they should go out and grab a guy like Jerry Jeudy. Now he has connections with Dable.
I saw that he is the centerpiece of trade talks right now. Like,
I think
everyone being talked about, like Jerry Jeudy is like the most called about.
If you can acquire him for a 3rd-round pick, I say you pull the trigger. Because we need a receiver one badly, and I think he could be the guy. And he has connections with Dable because Dable was the coach back at Alabama when he was there. Yep. So go out and grab him if you can, but don't pay too much.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's talk to something extremely weird and concerning. The Green Bay Packers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers are both 3-4. They are under 500. That is insane, especially when you look at where they were last year.
I saw this for the Packers possibly happening, but not the Bucs.
Yeah, Brady and the Buccaneers, they have no excuses not to be winning games right now. I do want to talk about the Packers because I do think that the Aaron Rodgers slander is unfair.
It is unfair because look at his weapons right now.
Yes, the guy is working with Alan Lazard, who is...
He's a solid receiver, but he's average.
In my opinion, from like what we see on social media when people mention Alan Lazard, he's overrated by most people.
He is.
Sammy Watkins, he's not good.
Yeah, he's
Randall
washed.
Cobb and Romeo Doubs, he's working with, 32-year-old Randall Cobb.
Isn't he hurt, though?
He is hurt. Romeo Doubs, he's working with a rookie. And listen, I'm not writing off Romeo Doubs because I actually really like him. I think that he needs some time to develop.
They just need to build a chemistry together
exactly.
right now.
So anyways, my point is that Aaron Rodgers has no help at wide receiver. I don't care how good he is or how good any quarterback is. They need weapons. Jalen Hurts had Devontae Smith, and the Eagles still went out and got A.J. Brown. Mm-hmm. Bengals, they needed offensive line help, and they had T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, who were very good, right? And they said, sorry, Burrow, no offensive line for you, but you know what? We're going to bring you Jamar Chase. Tua Tagovailoa. He had Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker. They said goodbye, Devontae Parker. Hello, Tyreek Hill. Even Davis Mills has Brandon Cooks. The Packers, dude, come on. How have you not realized this? You need to give him a weapon. Now, I will say, when he had Devontae Adams, he had no excuses.
Well, that's why they were in an NFC Championship game every year.
But guess what? They don't got him now, and they were acting like this was acceptable.
Yeah.
So, it's unbelievable. I don't like the Aaron Rodgers slander. He doesn't have anything to work with right now. He's got a good running back tandem. That's it.
Yeah, you got Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. I think Tunyon's pretty solid. I'd call him a top 10 tight end. But other than that, you got nobodies at receiver. Average players at best.
Yeah. It's just hard to it's sad to think about. That's what it is. Moving on, though, again, after having a pretty strong start to the season, whether it's by records, statistics, both the Lions and the Jaguars have fallen off pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's safe to say that we were jumping the gun a little bit, right?
Yeah, we said I said Jaguars, if they beat the Eagles, were a top 10 team, and that they haven't won a game.
And I tried to defend that, or I tried to argue against that, saying it's just too early.
But if they did it at that time, because the Eagles were undefeated, and look at them now, they're still undefeated.
Well, that was my argument. At the time, they were a top 10 team, sure. Yeah. Overall, no.
Oh, yeah. It's power rankings.
Sure, but I don't look at that as the way to rank teams. I rank teams by, like, how good the talent is, you know what I mean? And what they should do, not this is what they are doing, because there's Cinderella stories and whatnot. Moving on or continuing what I was going to say, it's likely that these two teams are going to need 1-2 more years to get some wins together. But you know what? They're at that stage now where they're being competitive, but they haven't actually learned how to win yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Jaguars, very close to being Giants, like a yard away.
Yeah, like they just don't have that winning, I don't know.
They don't have the experience.
Yeah. So, I think that they're 1-2 years away. What do you think?
I don't know, because right now we don't know what the Lions are going to do.
Who's closest?
I would say the Jaguars are closer to winning right now than the Lions. Even though the Lions, they got DeAndre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We don't know if Jared Goff's going to be there next year, right? You got Hawkinson. But, like, is Dan Campbell the guy? We know he's, like, really good in front of the camera and stuff, but, like, is he good enough to win you ball games?
Yeah,
we haven't seen it.
I feel like a lot of people, they'll get, like, fan favorites. And they tend to, when you have a fan favorite, they tend not to look at the bad things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Dan Campbell. We watched Hard Knocks. He seemed like a great dude. A guy who
very entertaining.
Yeah, he was energetic. He's a guy that you want to play for. But you might want to play for him, but is he the guy that's going to actually like lead you to wins?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a question right now. And again, I think that they give him another year. This year is a little unfair, although they should have more than one win right now. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
But
they've been in a lot of close games, except the Patriots game, and the other game,
and then the game that they just played.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah, So I just wanted to quickly talk about that. I thought it was kind of interesting how they've fallen off after being so, or highly talked about the first few weeks. So it's that time of the episode. It's buy or sell.
Buy or sell. My favorite segment.
Buy or sell. It's my favorite segment too, man. So let's begin, man. Number 1, the Colts made a mistake trading away Carson Wentz. I'm buying that.
I'm not buying that. I'm selling that because Carson Wentz isn't doing much with the Commanders.
He isn't. The Colts are a better team.
The Colts are a better team, but say Jonathan Taylor was hurt
and then
this year as well, right?
Look at the offensive line that he's dealing with in Washington.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm still selling it because I don't think they still make the playoffs with Carson Wentz. So sell.
Yeah. Steven, certified Wentz hater.
Certified? It's
you
just
are a certified
proven.
Wentz hater. No. You're a certified Wentz hater.
It's proven.
You can't even deny it.
Hasn't been good since the ACL injury. And you know that for a fact.
I don't, because he was good afterwards for the Eagles for like a year or two.
The years
he fell off.
The years where they played nobody and snuck in playoffs and then lost to Seahawks. Yeah.
Are you talking about how easy the Giants' schedule has been as well?
I'm talking about Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
He was bad in those games.
We're going to talk about strength of schedule.
Well, yeah, the Eagles, they're undefeated right now because of strength of schedule.
Let's talk about strength of schedule then, because you guys got it easy as well. Come on.
Well, I'm talking about Carson Wentz.
You had 2 hard games. I'll give you credit, right?
Ravens
won, I'll give you credit for. Packers, not giving you credit.
Why? They were good at the time.
They're a bad team.
They were good at the time.
No, they were not.
Yes, they were.
No, they were not.
They were 3-1. No, they haven't won a game since.
No.
Yes.
They were not good still.
Yes, they were.
They were going to lose to a team that played at least above average football.
No. You had us losing that game.
Thank you.
You had us losing the Ravens game.
You're wrong.
You had us losing the Jaguars game. I don't want to hear it.
Whatever.
You know I'm right.
You're wrong. Cincinnati Bengals are finally back after winning 4 of their last 5 games. I'm buying.
Buying. My voice.
Get some water, bro.
Yeah.
You need this?
No, we're good.
Mine, bro.
Joe Burrow. Lovely. He's great.
You're only saying that because you have him on fantasy.
Well, that's why I drafted him. I believe he is up there with Mahomes and Josh Allen right now. I think he's a top 3 quarterback in this league. I'm saying that.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
I think he's playing winning football, other than week 1 where he didn't play any preseason football, and he was coming back from an injury, right?
Yeah.
That was his only rough start. Ever since, he's playing winning football, and last year, he went to the Super Bowl and was pretty much one drive away from winning it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that Joe Burrow was ever gone this season. I think it was the offensive line. They're finally blocking for him.
Yeah.
And he's getting time to make reads, which is obviously how you win football games. So, yeah, again, I'm going to buy that.
I'm buying that.
Yeah. Number 3, the Bills are a lock to make the AFC Championship game this year. I'm going to buy it.
A lock?
A lock.
Well, who you got in the AFC? You got the Bills, you got the Chiefs.
It's a lock.
And then possibly the Bengals, I would say. Right?
It's a lock, in my opinion.
You got the Ravens. I would say lock. Yes, I would say lock. Because looking at who they're playing. But say they play the Chiefs, though, before the AFC Championship game. Right? Yeah. Is it a lock? Then no. Because they could potentially lose to that team.
Yeah, maybe not.
But, yeah, I guess from right now, at this standpoint, yes, I will buy that they are a lock for the AFC Championship game.
Number 4, the Steelers are officially in rebuild mode.
I am buying that.
I'm selling it.
I am buying that.
I'm selling it because I feel like that's just not what Pittsburgh is going to do. They tend to, I mean...
What's the record right now?
Well, they only have 1 win, I'm pretty sure.
No, they have 2. They beat the Bucs.
You're right. Wait, who else did they beat?
They beat the Bengals week 1.
They did. All right, so they got 2 wins. They're what, 2-5 right now?
Exactly.
Yeah, 2-5.
That's considered rebuilding. If you have a losing record,
I'm saying, are they going to commit to the rebuild?
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Yes, they are.
I feel like Pittsburgh is one of those teams they're just going to not. I don't know. I think the way to know if they're going to commit to the rebuild is if they trade Chase Claypool or something like that.
I think they will because I don't think he's that good. He's like
I don't either,
an Evan Ingram type receiver.
They're realizing that like he has value right now. He's going to lose it.
I don't believe in Claypool right now, but he's all right. He's solid. He's not like a bad guy, but like I don't think he's going to be wide receiver 1 type guy. Like Deontay Johnson or George Pickens. I would say George Pickens right now is better than Claypool.
Mm-hmm. Number 5, the Seahawks will win the AFC West. I'm selling it.
I would sell it, but I could buy that they're making in the playoffs.
I could buy that too. I'm selling that they're going to win it.
Now, who do you see winning it? The Niners?
No. Yeah. It depends what the rest of their schedule is.
I see the Niners winning.
They're kind of getting destroyed by good teams, which makes me not too confident.
Well, they played the Chiefs. The Chiefs are really good.
I know, but like at some point.
And then who they lose to? They lost to the Panthers.
Who? 49ers?
Yeah.
No, they lost
to Falcons. It was the
Falcons.
Yeah. It was one of the NFC South teams.
But again, I think the 49ers will win it if they trade for a corner.
Now, say the Niners and Seahawks play tomorrow.
Niners have nothing to trade
who do you
for a
have
corner.
winning?
If the Niners and Seahawks play?
Yeah. Who do you have winning that game?
Niners, probably.
Niners?
Although, I could easily see the Seahawks beating them now.
I do too, because right now they're missing Nick Bosa.
No, right now, Seahawks.
Yeah.
The Seahawks have proven more to me.
So,
they faced good teams.
By the end of the season, who do you have winning the division?
49ers, because I think that they'll eventually turn it around. That's my prediction, but realistically,
it is a really close division race right now, so it's very possible.
Yeah, and then you can't count out the Rams. I mean, eventually they'll.
And we got to see what the Seahawks look like without DK.
Yeah, that division's gonna be pretty rough. Everyone's kind of.
You're selling that the Seahawks are not going to win the division.
Selling it.
I'm selling that as too. I think the Niners are going to win the division.
Yep.
So
number 6, the Buccaneers will turn it around and finish with a respectable 10+ win season.
Let's not say 10+ wins. Let's say
it says 10+, my guy.
All right, well then I'm selling it. I think it will be respectable, but I say they're like a 9-18, not 10+.
I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
I think that they have the talent to do it, which is why
it's a really close call, but I'm gonna sell it the way I've been seeing them playing. But I think they finish above 500, but finish with 9 wins instead of 10. So I'm selling it for that reason.
Yeah. Number 7, 3 teams from the NFC East will make the playoffs. Eagles, Giants, Cowboys.
I'm buying that. With how easy the NFC is right now and how easy all 3 of their schedules are, I am buying that.
I'm going to buy it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to just say, wouldn't be surprised if one of the other 2, other than the Eagles, fell out of it.
Now who would fall out of it?
Probably the Cowboys.
The Cowboys. So you think the Giants are better than Cowboys right now?
Right now, yeah. Even though they can't beat the Cowboys, yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, if Dak returns to his normal form, obviously they're going to make the playoffs. But
I think all 3 finish above 500 and will have the best record. And I think Giants or Cowboys will have 5 or 6.
Who have the best record?
Between those 2? Giants or Cowboys?
Oh.
Probably the Cowboys, I would say.
Yeah.
But I see them finishing with the 5th or 6th seed.
Okay. Number 8. The New Orleans Saints will be led by either Ryan Tannehill or Jimmy Garoppolo next season. I'm buying it. I don't think that they will be in a position to
Well, since
get
they
a
don't
quarterback.
have their draft pick, I would buy that. I think Tannehill will not be on the roster anymore. And yeah, they could easily get Tannehill. I think Jimmy G stays with the Niners.
You think?
Yes.
I don't think he will. I think they're going to commit to the Trey Lance season.
I'll say Jimmy G has a really good season.
They're not going to.
Jimmy G will be a backup.
I
again.
promise you that no matter what.
Well, yeah, Jimmy G will be a backup again then.
He won't want to be a backup when he can have a starting job.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it though.
I will buy it.
Number 9, Baker Mayfield has lost his opportunity to be a franchise quarterback.
Buy. That's an easy
Buy.
buy.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. It's unfortunate. It's sad how it's
PJ
gone
Walker's
down.
playing better than him right now.
He is. And with the less.
Yes.
He doesn't have CMC. He has Chuba Hubbard.
And he's been really good.
Yeah.
Well, from
And
one
Deontay
game we
Foreman,
saw. And Dante, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. I
Baker's
just don't
done.
think that another team's going to give him an opportunity other than the Colts.
Or the Commanders. You never know.
You never know. But, yeah, I'm going to buy that. Last but not least, number 10, Jared Goff is not the answer in Detroit despite a good start to the season. I'm buying that.
I'm buying that. They're going to draft one of those quarterbacks this coming year.
Yeah, I think that it's time for them to move on, get a fresh start, commit to this rebuild, not sit here with Jared Goff unless they're trying to do like a Daniel Jones type thing where they're trying to build the rest, but I feel like they have.
Mm-hmm.
They have the O-line. They have receivers now. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams.
They got
DJ
a great
Chark.
backfield.
Yeah, great backfield. I think that they're ready.
They got a tight end.
Yeah, they are ready for that quarterback, and they're going to get it.
Jared Goff will be a bridge quarterback in this league, and I can see him going to Saints too.
Could see him going there too. I forgot about him. He would probably get a starting job if he needed it.
Oh yeah, I think. Would you say Jared Goff right now, is he better than Tannehill and Jimmy G?
No.
No. Now, where does he
He's on
rank
the same
out of
level.
those three?
I think I just messed with the wire accidentally. Out of those three, man, it's hard, right? Because you got the two guys that brought their team to a Super Bowl, one that got to an AFC Championship, all guys that are capable of bringing a good team to good places, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say personally, if I had to choose one for like my franchise right now, it would probably be Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
I like Tannehill still. It would probably go Tannehill, Garoppolo, Goff. But then you could easily debate between Goff and Garoppolo.
I'm going to go...
But I don't know. There is a world where Goff is better than Garoppolo.
I'm going to go a different route. Say Jimmy G, and then Tannehill, and then Goff.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Goff could potentially be better if he turns the season around, but it's not looking that way.
From what we've seen.
From what we've seen right now, that's how I would rank them.
Mm-hmm. Like I think the quarterback the quarterback that can have the most like, you know how like there's the whole thing about okay, you have a franchise quarterback when they can make nothing look okay.
Yeah.
Or things like that, like where they actually elevate the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I think out of those three, the one who can elevate a roster a little bit is Tannehill.
Okay.
But that's just kind of where my thought is.
All right.
So you got anything else to add on, Steven, for this podcast?
No, it's been a pleasure. Live in the Willard Building yet again.
Yet again. Well, yeah, that was a good episode. I feel like we covered everything that we needed to. If we missed anything, please submit your question or topic via Google Form or Instagram. Links are both links are in the description. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on the bell to activate post notifications so you never miss an upload. Remember to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Drop likes, follows, help us get discovered. We'd really appreciate it.
Yes.
We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
BenchWire out.